Voters shoot down Proposal 1, so what's next for Michigan roads?
The Lake Orion DDA hosted its 15th annual Flower Fair over Mother's Day weekend.
Residents were encouraged to shop local at the 11th annual Chamber Business Expo.
And more than 600 participants were doused in the beautiful colors during the NOCC's Family Fun Color Run.
Hello, I'm Ciaramitaro.
And I'm Jonathan Jackson.
We'll have these stories plus much more on this edition of ONTV News. On Tuesday, May 5th, voters filled the election polls to vote on Proposal 1 that would have increased Michigan state tax by 1%. But Prop 1 was voted down by nearly 77% of voters statewide and nearly 75% of voters in Orion Township. And while some voters blame the overwhelming denial of Prop 1 on the poorly written proposal, others say it's not up to the people to fund road fixtures. It's up to Lansing to reevaluate state funding. But what will be next for Michigan roads?
There's a couple options that we have as a township. These are ideas I'll be talking about with the board and with our residents. The first option would be to actually have a dedicated millage here for roads. And of the roughly 1,400 townships in the state, nearly 40% of them actually already have that. So a dedicated millage, there's about roughly 500 townships that have a dedicated millage. So that'd be something we could ask our voters to say, would you approve a dedicated millage similar to what we did for the fire station or police? And that money would go directly to roads. The other option that we have is we could create what's called a special assessment district. And a lot of the neighborhood roads that we've resurfaced over the last few years have been done by special assessment. So meaning the people that benefit from the roads being resurfaced would pay for the improvement.
If the local government does decide to take the millage route, residents would have the opportunity to vote on it during one of 3 elections in 2016. Barnett says there is still time to discuss options, and if the millage is passed, our major roads would be fixed.
What we would be doing is we'd really focus on the main roads. So like Walden Road is one of our worst roads, Giddings Road is terrible, Silver Bell Road, Indianwood Road, so we'd be focusing on the main thoroughfares. We really wouldn't probably get into the neighborhoods. But again, these are all things that we would be talking about as a township board, and I would love to hear feedback from our residents, what they think about these proposals. Again, most of the people I've talked to, if they know that the money they're spending is going to go right to the road, they get it. They see the problem. They see the need. It's when we put in all these other things that people get confused, and they really, quite frankly, don't trust government.
Residents can call Barnett with any questions, comments, or concerns they have directly at 248-391-0304, extension 101, or can visit his Facebook page.
They say April showers bring May flowers, and that must be true, since the streets of downtown Lake Orion were filled with a variety of colorful plants. The Lake Orion DDA's 15th annual Flower Fair kicked off on Friday, May 8th, just in time for Mother's Day weekend. 65 vendors lined the streets of Flint and Broadway, offering flowers, plants, decorations for the garden, and much more.
We try to diversify a little bit. We have a lot of handmade garden art. Flowers are a big thing for us, and we have a couple of new landscape people this year and people selling flowers. So that's kind of cool. We have jewelry, a lot of home improvement, and of course our downtown businesses. We try to encourage them to get a table out on the street as well to interact with potential customers. So I think this is a really good mix of all of those types of vendors. We start recruiting in January. We jury people in, so they do have to meet a certain level of quality that we want to allow into the show. We don't do any direct sales. So we just want to get the best mix for this event.
The 2-day event acts as a fundraiser for the DDA. The goal is to raise $5,000, which goes right back into the downtown area in the form of plants and signage and other beautification projects. Among the food vendors at the event was Lockhart's Barbecue. Owners of the location in Royal Oak have purchased the former Village Hall building, and plans are underway to renovate the historic building and open a second location before the end of the year.
The people are great out here. It seems to be a little bit bigger this year of an event, more vendors, which is great. So it seems to be expanding a little bit for the second year, which is awesome. My mom lives out here. It's the great city. I love it out here. everybody out here is very, very nice. We're excited to be out here.
I think what it's going to bring to this community is a lot more foot traffic. One, they're from around here. They have a lot of friends, a lot of family, and I think that really adds to something, adds to their business, bringing it into downtown Lake Orion. I think additional restaurants in downtown, not just lot carts, but other things that might be on the horizon are going to bring additional foot traffic. Foot traffic is going to help everybody. And so this is kind of really raising the level of quality of businesses we have down here, and just getting more people to come down here and giving people another reason to come down here.
Next up on the DDA's calendar of events is the Gazebo Concert Series, which kicks off on July 8th in Children's Park with the Austin Scott Band. To see the complete schedule, visit downtownlakeorion.org.
Members of the Orion Area Chamber of Commerce enjoy many perks throughout the year, including monthly luncheons and numerous networking opportunities. Recently, the Chamber hosted its largest event of the year, which brings its members and the community together. On Thursday, May 7th, the Orion Area Chamber Community Business Expo was held in the Fieldhouse at Lake Orion High School. Now in its 11th year, the event is scheduled to coincide with the high school's parent-teacher conferences and allows members of the community to interact with local business owners and community leaders. This year's theme was Shop Local, and 120 vendors took part in the event, which was an increase over last year. Businesses and community organizations were represented, and even township and village employees were on hand to share information and answer questions.
We represent really all of the community. Anybody can join the Chamber of Commerce. You don't have to be a business. It can be a nonprofit organization, a community organization. The township's a member, the village is a member. It's a great opportunity for everyone to collaborate and work together.
There were plenty of vendors on hand serving up samples of tasty menu items, including 4 pizza vendors taking part in the 5th annual Pizza Wars. Representatives of Chicago Brothers Pizza were on hand to defend their title, and when the votes were tallied, it was announced the Chicago Brothers walked away champions once again.
It means a lot. Yeah, we work hard. The guys were back at the shop working hard again. Same speeches last year pretty much. We strive on consistency and good product. That's a mix of things. I mean, we have a really good staff, number one, and the ingredients, of course, and I preach consistency, and they're all about it.
New this year was the Sandwich Slam, in which 9 local restaurants competed for the title of Best Sandwich in Lake Orion. Jersey Mike Subs, who just opened their doors in the community 1 year ago, was crowned champion.
Well, it's great. You know, like you said, we're relatively new. It's always nice seeing new faces, and obviously the people that come in on a regular basis coming out to support us today. I mean, that's definitely what Jersey Mike's is about, delivering the freshest sandwich possible. So, you know, I think that's what won it for us today.
Chamber Executive Director Elena Campbell told us how she hopes local businesses benefited from taking part in the expo.
Well, number one, we hope they get more business. But number two, and more importantly, we hope that they're able to build some relationships with members of the community. It's really an opportunity for our businesses to get their face out there and talk to people one-on-one.
If you would like to get involved with the efforts of the Chamber, visit their website at orionareachamber.com or give them a call at 248-693-6300.
After operating out of Walden Middle School since 2009, Woodside Bible Church finally has a new home in Lake Orion. The church recently celebrated its grand opening on the grounds of Canterbury Village. Always Christmas opened in 1993 as the anchor store at Canterbury Village, selling Christmas decorations year-round. In 1998, the store was impacted by the opening of Great Lakes Crossing, and as sales slowed over the next decade, the owners of the 80,000-square-foot building started looking for a buyer. In 2009, discussions began with Woodside Bible Church, who had an office at Canterbury Village.
Well, this made a lot of sense. You know, Christmas retail is very difficult, and when you got an offer on the table to take all 80,000 square feet, it's pretty hard to walk away from that.
In 2013, an offer was made and accepted, and after more than a year of remodeling and renovations, Woodside Bible Church finally opened its doors for services on Sunday, May 3rd.
I mean, we have been looking forward to this day for a long, long time. that we're a church that wants to be here for the community, to meet people where they are on their journey. And Jim did a great job of mentioning the fact that we're all at different places. And today, it's just a celebration of the fact that God has come to meet us at our point of need. And all of us need Christ, and all of us need each other. We need a church family that we can depend on and grow together with. So that's really what the message was about, and it'll be about every week.
What this building was before was a community place. So many people came here, even just for Christmas time, to say, hey, I want to walk through the building, find an ornament. And even what our senior pastor said at the end of the service, that we want this place to be known as a place, it's the communities. It's a place for the community to come and find other people that are in the same process of life that they are, and that there's hope, and that they can come and celebrate Christmas here all the time, because we celebrate the real meaning of Christmas every single week.
Everyone involved hopes the shops that share the grounds with the church will benefit from the additional foot traffic. Those who attend services can enjoy shopping and food at Yates Cider Mill and the Sea Pub. And always, Christmas continues to exist on a smaller scale.
We want to be amazing neighbors in the village, and so we want people. We want to be successful for Canterbury, and for them, our people, to be there, and at the same time just be good neighbors. And we love it. We love the food's great, the environment's great, and what kid doesn't like to ride a carousel?
Woodside Bible Church holds services on Sundays at 9:30 a.m. and 11 a.m. For more information, visit woodsidebible.org/Lake Orion or give them a call at 248-481-8069.
Saturday, May 2nd was Free Comic Book Day. The Orion Township Public Library took part in the festivities by not only giving away free comics, but inviting families to celebrate Star Wars Day as well. ONTV's Joe Johnson has the details.
Although Star Wars Day is officially May 4th, the Orion Township Public Library invited residents to celebrate on the Saturday before. In the morning, kids and teens created Star Wars crafts, and rare and valuable vintage toys were on display courtesy of Brian J. of Rochester. Visitors also enjoyed a screening of Star Wars in the library's meeting room.
May 4th is considered Star Wars Day, but I think that's a Monday, so we wanted to celebrate on the weekend whenever one could come. Plus, we've had all those new Star Wars trailers come out, so I know there's a lot of hype and excitement about Star Wars. Something really neat about this event was that it was really a family program. It touches all ages, from youth all the way to adults, and I think that's something that we probably want. We want to be known as a community center that's welcome for all ages, and that's something this program and the Comic Book Day program that really did that successfully.
Later that day, droid builder Kurt Zimmerman did a presentation on how functional droids from the movies and TV shows are built in the real world. He brought along Chopper from the animated series Star Wars Rebels and a fully functional R2-D2 complete with lights, sounds, and movement. Zimmerman built R2-D2 to interact with little ones and the young at heart, and often takes them to schools and hospitals.
Anybody who saw Star Wars back in 1977, everybody wanted an R2-D2. Of course, I waited 30 years before I finally decided I was going to have one. So most of the kids that come in are just delighted, because there's 4 of these in Michigan that are functional right now. There's probably another 10 under construction in Michigan. Well, this one was built specifically to take out in public so the kids can talk to them, wave at them. Sometimes they climb on them, which isn't really a good thing. But, they get their hands on him, they get close to him. He waves, his head rotates, we have the sounds, he drives around. I had one time when a guy about my age came in and he's got his arm around him, he's getting his picture taken. Another guy about my age was taking his picture. And I said, is he a big Star Wars fan? And he said, no, he's an engineer at Chrysler. He wants a picture for his office. So, there's all kinds of different reasons why people take pictures with R2.
He also brought along BB-8, which he described as a work in progress. Using a system of gyroscopes and magnets, Zimmerman hopes to replicate the movements of the droid that will star in this December's Star Wars: The Force Awakens. If the goal was to bring families into the library to see everything they have to offer, then mission accomplished. Everyone seemed to have a great time, judging by the smiles on the faces of the kids and adults who came to Star Wars Day. In Orion Township, this is Joe Johnson reporting for ONTV News.
Thanks, Joe. On Saturday, May 9th, the National Association of Letter Carriers celebrated its 23rd annual Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive, one of the largest food drives within the United States.
We pass out little postcards toward the middle of the week, to ask the customers to leave their food out at the mailboxes, and Saturday we pick it up.
Throughout the day, local postal carriers lifted, shipped, and transported all types of non-perishable foods within their trucks, which are then donated to the Oxford Orion Fish Food Pantry.
The food drive, if it's comparable to last year, it's about 1/6 of our yearly distribution. So it's about 16% of the food that we receive throughout the year through either donations from money or pickups locations, other food drives, that sort of thing. So it's a major contributor to what we do up there. It averages about 2 to 2.5 months worth of food.
Lake Orion residents were also asked to partake in the charity by donating any food of their own, including canned soup, canned vegetables, and other unexpired items, on Saturday morning by leaving it next to their mailbox.
This whole thing runs all on volunteers. The carriers are fantastic with the extra work they have to do. We have volunteers here from Fish that will help us count it and load it up. They're from Pro Martial Arts and Fish. We have people picking it up from here and taking it there and sorting it out and separating it.
In 2014 alone, Americans donated a total of 72.5 million pounds of food, with Lake Orion and Oxford post offices contributing 30,000 pounds of that amount to local families in need. And every donated item from Lake Orion and Oxford goes straight to the Oxford Orion Fish Food Pantry, which serves residents of Lake Orion, Oxford, Addison, and Oakland townships.
It's a wonderful feeling. I mean, you know, you kind of hope you don't need it someday, but you know it's there, and you just try to help out your neighbors.
Coming up next, Lake Orion High School's SOS group takes part at Oakland University's Student Leadership Conference.
And clouds of colorful cornstarch filled the air in Lake Orion. Stay tuned, we'll be right back with more ONTV News.
Orion Township invites runners and walkers to come out to the 19th Annual Dragon Dash. Kick off the running season with a 5K course that begins and ends at the Orion Center and takes participants on the Pollyant Trail. Awards will be presented to the top finishers in numerous divisions. The Dragon Dash takes place on Sunday, May 17th. Registration begins at 7:30 a.m. and the start of the race is at 9. For more information, you can call 248-391-0304 extension 305 or visit oriontownship.org.
Welcome back to ONTV News. On Wednesday, April 29th, Oakland University officially welcomed their newest president during the inauguration honoring George W. Hines. Hines was appointed the university's 6th president, succeeding Betty J. Youngblood on July 9th, 2014. He holds a doctorate in psychology from the University of Northern Colorado, a master's in educational administration and supervision from the University of Guam, as well as a master's and bachelor's degree in psychology from Pepperdine University. Before coming to Oakland, Hines held a number of leadership roles at nationally recognized universities, including Arizona State, the College of Charleston, Northern Arizona, Purdue, and the University of Georgia.
We chose President Hines to be president of this university because we thought he had all of the credentials necessary. He has compassion, he has sensitivity, he has intelligence, he had experience, and he had everything that we were looking for to develop a new president in this university to move us to moving more outward than inward. The past presidents have been builders of the institution, the physical structure. Now we've got to grow the brand of Oakland University. People need to know who we are and what we have here, because I think people, when they come out here, they're stunned and surprised by how extraordinary this university is, the facilities, the campus, the educational quality of our professors. It's an amazing place.
With over 40 years of educational experience, Hines has already made a profound impact on Oakland University and is excited to become part of such an expanding and influential university in Metro Detroit.
I am totally excited about being here. We are a real gem, I think, and we just need to get out and tell the story about the contributions we can make to the metropolitan area of Michigan and Detroit, and get out and really spread the word of the incredible accomplishments of our students, our faculty, and our alumni. I am just absolutely honored to be chosen to lead this university.
Oakland University welcomes President George W. Hines and is looking forward to a prosperous future.
As we mentioned earlier, spring is in full swing and thoughts are turning to Earth Day, spring cleaning, and recycling. Recently, the Orion Art Center teamed up with Waste Management to encourage local artists of all ages to turn their trash into treasure. On Wednesday, April 29th, the Orion Art Center hosted an opening reception for its annual Recreate Recycled Art Show. Started in 2009, the popular show is sponsored by Waste Management. This year's theme is All Matter Matters, and artists of all ages compete for cash prizes in a variety of categories.
Really what we're looking for is art made out of recycled items, found objects, and there's plenty of that here. You'll see in all of these pieces that it's this wonderful accumulation and cleverly put together found objects. The guidelines are pretty much your imagination is your guide. We do put the theme together every year, and some people may see that with a theme like All Matter Matters, it's easy for every piece to, fall under that. And every year, I think we would say that we get artists who submit whether it matches the theme or not, but that's good because we really just want to see the creative element in society.
That's really one of the great things about this show is it themes in so nicely. Waste Management's a great partner in the community. They do so many good things out and about in the Lake Orion area and the surrounding area, but this one's really kind of themed up nicely with the recycling theme and everything. So I know it's exciting for Kathy to be a part of it, and they've been an absolute great partner. And it's always fun to be able to offer a decent amount of prize money too, and I think the artists like that too. So.
A total of $900 in prize money was handed out at the reception. Categories included Best Use of Theme and Best Use of Materials. There was also a teen category, and prizes were handed out in both youth, group, and individual categories.
Well, let me just say the youth art is fabulous this year. The youth category of art is growing. There's just such creative, clever pieces. For people who like the abstract, who like the collection of small things put together, just the creative imagination of the youth, I just can't stop saying enough how clever the youth creations are. So.
The artwork will continue to be on display for the next several weeks. The Orion Art Center is located at 115 South Anderson Street. They are also currently accepting artwork from students interested in competing for the Joan Brace Scholarship. Judges will examine submissions and award a $1,000 prize for first place and $500 prizes for second and third place. Winners will be announced at an opening reception on May 21st. Visit theorionartcenter.org for more information or give them a call at 248-693-4986.
Established in 2007, the North Oakland Community Coalition is a nonprofit organization that battles the growing problem of alcohol and substance abuse among adolescents. Recently, the organization held its largest fundraiser of the year, and the response was tremendous. On the morning of Saturday, May 9th, more than 600 runners and walkers of all ages gathered in Friendship Park for the start of the third annual Family Fun Color Run. Orion Township Supervisor Chris Barnett welcomes participants and counted down to the start of the race.
What an amazing event. I mean, the forecast was for thunderstorms all morning, and sun broke through right before we kicked off. Over 600 registered ahead of time. And just such a great community event. Everybody's having fun. You see kids, you see families, you see dogs. There's a couple dogs out here, kids being pushed in strollers. So, the North Oakland Community Coalition just does such a great job connecting with students and kids in our community. It's great to see something like this come together. We had the Lake Orion Police, Oakland County Sheriff's Office, obviously our firefighters are out here. All kinds of great things happening in the park.
The 5K course led participants on a path through Friendship Park, including a trek through a scenic wooded area. At various stations along the way, runners and walkers were doused with colored cornstarch by volunteers. The first person to cross the finish line was Keegan Schultz Payne.
Well, I run for cross country for Lake Orion, and I just like running, so I think it's a great cause, and it's really good that everyone's out here to participate.
The 600 participants doubled the number of runners and walkers who took part in the event last year. Apparently, word has gotten out about the great things the NOCC is doing in the community.
We've been really focusing on partnerships within the community. We've got a lot of support from Orion Township, which is amazing, Lake Orion Police Department, and Oakland County Sheriff's Office. And we've just been really focusing on outreach this year and making sure people know that we're doing. Also, it's the families. I mean, they know how much fun this is, so I think this word's spreading. It's phenomenal.
Immediately following the Family Fun Color Run, the community gathered in another part of Friendship Park for a very special ribbon cutting ceremony. The story began a little over 1 year ago. In April of 2014, the community gathered in Friendship Park for the grand opening of the Dragon's Den, an elaborate playground for Orion area children. One local mother noticed that the playground didn't take into consideration children with special needs. Christy Shones began a grassroots effort to have a playground constructed that could be enjoyed by her son Xander, who has cerebral palsy.
Basically started when my friend Maggie's friend on Facebook shared a picture of a wheelchair swing. I said to Maggie, we need to raise money and buy one of these and put it in the playground. And then Kim Casper from Sister Souls got wind of it because we're all friends. And then that's when it started, and Sister Souls took over and said we're going to build a special needs playground.
Thanks to the efforts of Sister Souls Incorporated, the community came together to raise the $60,000 needed to begin construction on the playground. The groundbreaking ceremony took place on November 1st, but the winter season prevented any real construction from taking place until the spring. So when warm weather arrived, construction went into overdrive, and with a local company, Landtech, installing the brickwork in only a short amount of time, everything was in place for the representatives of the community to gather at noon for the official grand opening.
1, 2, 3. Thank you, everybody.
We're just blessed that the community came together. Mother Nature was looking out for us, and everyone can have a good time and just play.
I just feel like this is a community project. It was organized by us, but paid for and invested in by all of the people of our community through the bricks and the benches, and it's really for everyone here. I'm very excited. It is actually the first ever public park in the state of Michigan with wheelchair swings. So I don't know if a lot of people even realize that. So I'm hoping that it will kind of lead the way and become an example for other communities in other counties. And in the meantime, I hope that we are able to get the word out so that people can come here and actually use it.
Just very proud of our community and the community effort. Everybody came together, worked amazingly well together, and different organizations. Very excited. So.
Beautiful day. I got U2 playing in the background. It's a beautiful day. I think that you can't sum it up any better than that. 100% chance of thunderstorms at noon. Bright sunny day. Xander and his buddies belly laughing on the swings. It's amazing. Again, every time I think about this community, I'm just blown away. I don't even know how else to really say it. It's just an awesome thing, and for these kids to have a place. And I just met somebody that came here from Riverview, just to see this playground, so it's amazing.
The Let Them Play playground is located right next to the Dragon's Den in Friendship Park. The wheelchair swings are clearly marked, but unfortunately, children without special needs have been seen using the equipment. So we've been asked to remind residents that the new equipment is to be used exclusively by children with special needs.
That's all the time we have for this edition of ONTV News. For daily updates on what's happening right here in Lake Orion, like our Facebook page and follow us on YouTube. On behalf of the hardworking staff here at ONTV, I'm Ciaramitaro.
And I'm Jonathan Jackson. Thanks for watching.